Good morning. Welcome. Hope you feel fabulous. Thank you for joining. So I'm on a plane to California. So I did this in advance. I'm sharing it with you. I hope you enjoy the class. Let's just take our feet nice and wide. Big deep breath. We're going to come all the way down into a forward fold as you pull the hips back. Just feel a nice unweighting of the upper body. Just kind of relax here. Let's get some good blood flow going to our face. Just kind of chill out. Finding a center somewhere between the pad and heel of the feet, keeping the toes nice and relaxed. Maybe you're supporting your upper back with your forearms above your knees, or not, depending on how you feel today. Remember, your bodies perform different each day, depending on diet and sleep and so many other factors. So important to listen to how your body feels and act accordingly. Okay, let's come into a low squat here. Just drop your booty, look up to the front of your mat, and then let's just go right back to a straight leg. And just go between the two at your pace. And you decide your range of motion. Like there's no rule that says you got to squat to a 90-degree angle, or just, we're all different. So just, kind of feel good today. We're going to do a lot of balance work today. We're also going to do a lot of core. So take breaks anytime you need to. Just kind of listen to your body. Be good to yourself. Okay, let's walk our hands to the front of our mat. We're going to meet in a high plank position. And as soon as you get there, leave your feet where they were. And let's just go to a down dog. Hang out here for maybe 5 breaths, maybe more. So I want to make sure you can see the sides of your arms. You haven't gone too far forward. Or sorry, back. Excuse me. Just breathe. Maybe the heels are down, maybe they're up, whatever. But I'd like you to think about pulling in your rib cage here. So nothing is just hanging out. We want to keep everything nice and tight and engaged. That includes the tummy. You're hollowing it out. Okay, in slow motion, let's come forward till we get the shoulders over the wrists, and then just hang out here for 5 breaths. Be mindful not to drop the face. And let's have little breaks in our elbows. So your hips are pretty high, and you're still pulling the belly button up towards the spine. Okay, let's soften to your knees. Walk the hands back so they're underneath the shoulders, your wrists, and then you're just going to round your back, drop your face. Chest comes forward, look out. Let's do this 5 times. Kind of hang out where it feels good. Find your breath when you begin. Blow it out when you finish. Okay, let's come back to a neutral spine. I'm going to have you extend the left arm forward, nice and long, and your right leg back. And then switch sides. And we're just going to do the same thing. Switching it up, go side to side. Just waking up the body gently, easing into this challenge today. You're going to feel fabulous when it's over. You've done something great for yourself. It's all positive. Make sure you're getting that back leg nice and straight when you pull it back there. Let's just do one more on each side. Nice. Okay, we're going to tuck the toes under. You're just going to elevate the knees slightly and meet me in your bear. And then put the knees back down. And let's do that 5 times. Lift up, hollow out, and lower slowly. Try to make this movement as seamless and gentle as you can. Okay, now let's take your feet. We're going to just step back to our plank. You're going to lower to the forearms. Just relax here and breathe. Don't drop the face. Okay, let's gently put the knees down. Feet are flat, so you're on the tops of your feet. You're going to slowly come into a baby cobra here and just let the hips kind of relax, but you're tightening up the glutes. So you should feel a nice stretch through the lower back and your tummy. Let's just breathe here a few more times. Here comes the sun to heat things up. Okay, lift the feet up. You're going to walk your forearms back. You're going to tuck your toes under. Let's extend the arms out nice and long. Let's just hang out here in this lat stretch. So retract your shoulders, keep them broad. Just breathe. So as things start to loosen up, you can always try to expand your range of motion. So once you've been here for maybe 3 or 4 breaths, it might be appropriate that the armpits get a little closer to the floor. But it's not about forcing anything, right? Okay, let's come up onto all fours. I'm going to have you step your left foot forward. So let's let the hips come forward. So I've got my right knee behind my right hip. That way I'm getting a nice little stretch and release through the front hip flexor. Now from here, I'm going to have you lift that right arm up. Just reach it straight up to the ceiling. And if you want to take a little towel and put it under your knee, oh, feels so much better. Sweep this arm up. I'm just going to let my dog in. You hang out there and enjoy. 2 seconds from now, she's going to want out. Okay, how good does this feel? So if we want to take the stretch down the front part of the leg, you just grab hold of your foot in the back and pull it into the buttocks. So this is one of my favorites. I love doing this stretch. So again, we've talked about this before, but I'm going to mention it again. We're releasing here in the front, which means we're going to engage in the back, just to protect the lower back. So if you're doing this stretch on your own, you can hang out here as long as you like. Now, I think you already had your arm up. Let's just take it over a little bit. Just so we switch up, add a little more oomph to the release. Great job. Okay, let's just do the same thing with the other leg. So we're stepping our right foot forward this time, engaging the glute in the back. And let's make sure that this knee is at least 3 to 4 inches behind the hip. So I want you to feel this. It's so awesome. So this arm is going straight up. And you fired up your glute in the back. Nice. This is a good pre-airplane 6-hour ride stretch. And of course, when you get to your destination, you definitely want to be doing this stretch just from sitting so long. Okay, let's take the hand down. If you like, grab your foot. Otherwise, just chill out where you were. Whoops. Or you can always take a child's pose. Fire up your glute. You're pulling that foot towards your butt, feeling a nice release down the front part of the leg. Nice. And sometimes if you have trouble finding your foot or holding it, you can wrap a towel around the top of the foot and just hold on to the towel. That works well also. Now we're going to take this arm over, switch it because I took the wrong arm over. Oh, that feels good. I'm a little tight on this side. I wonder why. Actually, most of us have a tighter side. I'm sure it happens to you too. Okay, let's come on down, release everything, step that foot back, meet me in your high plank, and then we're just going to hang out here and breathe 5 breaths as you hollow out the stomach, looking forward of the mat so your neck is nice and long. Just relax. You're like, wait, relax? I'm in a high plank. How can I relax? It's all mental. Tell yourself how good this feels. You could stay here forever. Okay, press it back to your down dog. We're going to pedal our feet this time. So we stretch out our calves. Doing a nice little stretch today to get the body ready for some balance challenges. Once we get into the balance, we'll have no excuse because we'll be all stretchy bendy. Okay, let's just hold the left side down. Get a good release through the calf. Switch to the right. Pedal again. Okay, bring the body forward. You're in your high plank. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. And then we're going to start our first stretch, pigeon, pulling the right foot behind the left wrist, keeping it flexed if you can. So whenever you're ready, away you go. Ease into it, nice and slow. Just find a happy place. And you're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Long time. Just relax. Listen to your breathing and just kind of get lost in this feel good. Know I'm doing something great for myself pose. I don't know if you guys ever do this stretch on your own, but it's a good idea to at least every couple of days, if not every day. Okay, let's switch legs. So come back to your plank, step back, and then switch it up. And again, totally normal if one side is way tighter than the other. Okay, let's come on to the forearms. Slide your back knee forward and then find yourself in a low forearm plank. Look off the front of your mat. Just relax here for a few breaths. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose. Really try to hollow out the stomach. Okay, let's put the knees down. Walk the hands till the wrists are under the shoulders. Open up your knees nice and wide and come down into a child's pose. You can take your forehead all the way to the mat if you like. Just kind of go where it feels good. Maybe the forearms are down, maybe they're not. You know what I'm about to say. Breathe into that lower back. It's almost like you're mentally telling yourself to release there. And then it will. It's magic. Most of us are tight in our upper gluteals. So you don't really get this nice little stretch when you're doing cat-cows like you do when you're doing this child's pose, especially with the knees far apart. Should feel a nice little release on the upper glutes. Okay, let's come back up onto all fours. Meet me back in your down dog. And just relax and breathe here. Pull the rib cage in, hollow out the belly, and let's lift our left leg up off the floor. Keep your hips even and keep the weight in the hands equal. You're just lifting the leg. And let's switch sides. Put it down, lift the left. This time I'm going to have you open up the hip, still equally weight both arms, but your hip is reaching up to the ceiling. So your leg is higher. Same thing, other side. Lift, open, reach it as high up as you can. So you really feel the glute. Now let's just keep doing that side to side. So lift it, open, hang out there for a breath, and then switch sides again. Lift it and open. And keep doing that side to side. Control it when you lower, so you're working muscle. We're not using momentum. Couple more, and then I promise I will get you off of your hands. One more on each side. Feeling a little work in the arms. Okay, both feet are down. You soften your knees. Take baby steps with your hands and meet me in a forward fold. Your arms get a nice break. Relax your head. Let it hang out where it wants to. Now, hands above the knees, come up to a standing position. Oh, look who's joining me on my mat. That is so funny. Okay, let's do some good mornings. So you're going to pull your elbows back really far. As soon as you start to do that, you feel the upper back work. Give me a nice little hinge, slowly. Really, this is your opportunity to work your tummy. So I hope you're really trying hard to pull it in. Of course you are. Keep the elbows up. A few more of these. Okay, Let's get our first balance challenge going on here. So you're going to start on your left leg, pick up your right knee, pull it into the chest, just hang out here. If you need to grab onto something, you can always have a chair nearby. Let's just circle the foot because it feels good. Go the other way. Now point and flex. Okay, same thing other side. Try to pull it nice and high into the chest. You can always hold underneath your knee if it kind of aggravates your kneecap. Point and flex. Okay, nice job. So weight on the left foot, right foot is off the floor just a tad. Hands to your waist. I'm just going to have you in slow motion, lock the right leg out really straight and start a forward lean. We're not going to go all the way parallel to the floor. I'm just going to have you hang out, maybe a third of the way to parallel. Just hold it. Keep your right foot flexed and think about pushing the heel towards the earth. Now come back up to standing. Do the same thing on the other side. All the weight goes into the right foot. This leg, left leg locks out. Start your forward lean and then just hold it. Really, to activate the muscles in the left leg, you want to be pulling that heel towards the earth as best you can. Okay, come back up. We're going to switch again. Now this time, we're going to go farther with our hinge. So keep your hands on your waist, keep the foot flexed in the back, and see if you can get your torso parallel to the floor. Once you're there, just hold it. Your right leg is really strong. Okay, come up slowly. The slower you rise back up, it shows the amount of control that you have. So kudos to you, right? Okay, other side. Your left leg's going back this time. Your hands are going to stay on your waist. Get your left leg really strong. Come down really slowly. And then just hold it where you feel you've got this. Just a few breaths. And then slowly come back up. Nice job. We're going to do the same thing, only adding on. We're going to extend our arms out like a warrior three. So long and strong arms. You're on your left leg now. Right leg goes back. And as you begin your hinge, you begin to extend the arms forward. So as Sean says, you're creating like a tug of war. The fingertips are reaching to the front and the back heel is reaching to the back. So the whole body is tight. Slowly, arms come down, shoulders rise back up over the hips. And we do the same thing on the other side. So they work simultaneously. The arms come out and the leg goes back. The same time. So really make sure you've got that tug of war going on. Come up nice and slow as you slowly lower the arms. Nice. Okay, we're adding on to this. Woo, we're having so much fun. I'm going to have you take your left hand to the outside of the right side of your body. So your right leg is going to, we're on the right leg. You're going to take the left leg back. You're going to bring this left hand as you hinge down. Try to see if you can get the left fingertips to touch the floor on the outside of your right foot, really slowly. And then slowly come back up. You're not hanging out there. You're just touching, and then you're rising back up. Switch sides. So it should take us anywhere from 5 to 10 counts to get down and 5 to 10 counts to come back up. I love these kind of workouts because they require so much concentration. Same thing, other side. We're just going to go between the two sides, keeping it fluid. So you're not holding, you're constantly moving here. We've got one more on each side. Patience is a virtue, right? Even add more rotation in your upper body if you find this easy, because that's where the challenge, that's the amping up of the move. More rotation of the upper body. Okay, one more balance challenge, and then we're going to come back to it later on. Pick up your left foot, sweep your right arm up. So you have a choice. You hang out here and wait for me, or you come to dancer pose, which means you're hinging through the right hip, coming down nice and slow, pressing the foot in the back, tight to the hand. And once you're parallel, start to come back up. Nice job. Other side. Other side. To have a lot of patience. Focus. Pick a spot on the floor and just make it your focus. When you're hinging down, see if you can lift your back knee a little higher and still maintain the pose. Come on up, really slow and in control. Nice job. Let's do it one more time on each side, just because we're getting good at it. So you're creating the activation in the left leg by pushing the foot into your hand. You're creating the activation in the arm by keeping the shoulder retracted, but trying to reach it. Switch again. This is your last one. Make it great. Nice job. Come to the front of your mat. I finally got rid of Lily on her own, which is wonderful. Deep breath. Now I got my mat back, ladies. Come on down. Nice slow swan dive. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, release down. Palms down, step or jump back to your high plank. Let's do a nice, slow hover. Then come to your up dog. Great job. Hold here for a sec. We're going to do some scapular push-ups here. So we always keep a break in the elbows, but let's fall into the shoulders and then press away slowly. Still not locking out at the elbow. I'm just trying to use muscle here. Who doesn't like doing that? Let's do 3 more, make them great. So big range, sink down, press away slowly. Feeling this through the upper arms, some of your lats and your traps. Okay, come back to your high plank. Hold it here for 5 breaths, and then we do a slow hover all over again. Okay, nice slow hover. Right to your up dog. You be the judge of how low you go, right? Because I've seen over the years a lot of people round their shoulders forward and they go really low. That's not a good idea. You want to keep the shoulders retracted and go as low as you can doing that, which might be I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 inches or whatever. You be the judge. I don't like taking my chest lower than my elbows. Okay, come back, meet me in your high plank. Hold it here 5 breaths. I know you're feeling it in the arms, so am I. Who doesn't like that? Okay, we've got this one more time. Nice slow hover. Right to up dog. Hold here. Knees can be down on the floor or up. You decide. Great job, guys. Now let's do some scapular. So sink in, press away slow. It's not a big move, right? It's just keeping you busy, amping things up a little bit. Maybe you got a little tremble going on. We did work our arms quite a bit yesterday in Sean's class. Whew. Okay, I got to take a break. I don't know about you. I'm going to child's pose. If you don't need it, stay in that high plank, 5 breaths. So good. Okay, come back up onto all 4s. You're going to have your toes tucked under. Your wrists are under your shoulders, so your hips are nice and even. Fire up your glutes in this position, squeeze them. Pull in the belly. Keep the belly pulling in so it remains active. Take the right hand with your elbow out to the side, fingertips behind the ear. Just hold. Please do not lock out your left elbow. Hand down, switch. Lift your elbow up towards the ceiling, but your shoulders are staying square right now. Your hips are square. Switch again. Just a little work for the back of the shoulder. Helps you with your posture. Switch sides. Okay, right arm's working now. Now this time I'm going to have you lift the shoulder. Keep your hips even. So like in my case, my shoulder's only going up a couple of inches. Switch sides. So I'm not coming out of square hips. Really isolating that muscle. Switch again. And again. Nice job. Meet me in your bear. Elevate your knees, just hold. If you want to amp this up, you can walk your bear forward and back, or you can just hang out here. Step your feet back to a plank. Meet me back in your downward facing dog. Pull in your ribs and tummy and just breathe 5 times. Close your eyes, get lost. Think about your breath. Try to make your breathing vocal so you can hear it. Pull forward to plank. Just keep your eyes closed. Keep listening to your breathing. So to really make your breathing louder, you can partially close the windpipe. You'll hear it. Focus on it. Press back down dog. Pull forward plank. Press back down dog. 5 breaths. Meet me in a forward fold. Forward fold at the back of your mat. And place the backs of the hands into the floor so you stretch out your wrists and forearms. Reverse swan dive back to standing. Reach your arms all the way to the ceiling. Hands back to heart. I'm going to have you step your left foot forward. Sorry, I'm a little wobbly because of my broken toe. Your back foot, unlike mine, yours will be up, so you're on your toes in the back. Make sure you have good distance between the front and back foot. Now give me a forward lean. Lean in. You got this. Now rotate your body, your chest, your shoulders to the left. Lower that right shoulder a little bit to the floor. Come back, square the shoulders. Try to keep the weight out of the toes on that front foot. And your knee is slightly behind the heel. Give me a big forward lean. Rotate again. Once you've rotated, hang out there. Lower the shoulder maybe a quarter of an inch, half an inch. Just make that effort. Come back, square the shoulders. Move slowly. Feel that butt work. So awesome. Again, rotate. So we've been doing a lot of 5 breaths in poses today. So we're going to do this 5 times. Come on back, which means you only have 2 more. How lucky are you? Rotate again. Building muscle. It's not such a bad idea. Come on back. I think you have 1 more, right? If I'm counting right. Drop that shoulder, make it great. Square the shoulders, hands down, step back, plank. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness that's over. Down dog. Let's lift and lower that leg so we get blood flow back into that area. Sweep it up and lower. Do that 5 more times. Up and down. Okay, walk your hands back to your forward fold at the back of your mat. Do a nice slow reverse swan dive back up to standing. Sweep your arms to the sky. Whew. Come on back down. This time we're going to step our right foot forward, high on the toes on the back foot. Give me that nice forward lean. Pulling that right knee back so it's behind the heel. Relax your toes. Give me a nice rotation to the right. When you really rotate, you're probably feeling when you're in this position, more of the glute towards the right side than deep in the middle. When you come back here and you've squared your shoulders, you're getting more in the middle part of the butt. But they're both awesome. Go right. So once you go right, you got to say, okay, is this as far as I'm going? Okay, if it is, then start coming back. Go right. Maybe drop that left shoulder just a little, putting a little more work into that butt. Come on back. Going really slowly. I can't emphasize that enough. Go right. Come on back. Here's your last one. Make sure you're not dropping into that hip. You want to be pressing away from the floor through that heel. Back square. Hands down, step back plank. Down dog. Start lifting and lowering the leg. Doesn't that feel good? Whew. Okay, come down onto your knees. Flip your legs around to the front. Meet me in a bridge. Get there any which way you like. Bridge it up. Arms are just going to hang out on the floor. But I'm going to have you bring your knees and feet together. We haven't done much for these inner thighs today, so we are about to. Squeeze them with all your might. Now I'm just going to have you lift that right heel off the floor. You're still squeezing. It's just a little less stable, so it forces you to recruit a little bit more of the core. Press your belly down. Put the heel down and switch. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Put the heel down, lift the right toes up, keep squeezing. So you're just on that right heel. Working the shins a little bit. Keep squeezing. You should feel a little tremble going on in the glutes and inner thighs. Switch feet, left toes up. Put the left toes down, squeeze. Now, while you keep squeezing, I'm going to have you in slow motion lower the butt to the floor. Just tap it. As soon as you feel it get close but not releasing, start your descent again. And just do that 5 times. Really slow. Really important to squeeze. When you've done your 5, meet me at the top of the move. Just hold. Now just pulse the knees, open and close. Tiny movement, like 1 inch. Open and close. It should really just feel like a tremble's going on that you really have no control over. Once we get done this, we're going to all meet in a happy baby. So kill it now. Stay with me. I know it's hard. Just so good for us. Okay, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And slowly lower. Let's go right into that happy baby. Holding the outside of the feet. Heels to the ceiling. Knees to the floor. You can use your elbows to pull those knees apart. Keep your lower back on the floor. Now you're going to do a gentle rock side to side. Just hold. Okay, feet on the floor. Your feet are on the floor. You're going to get into a crunch position. So your hands, fingers behind the head. You never want to pull your head hard, right? You never want to get your neck uncomfortable here. So lift the head up, tuck the chin, hollow out the belly, and then drop the elbows back. Just hold. Nice job. Now, as you put the head back down, please don't let the stomach release, just the neck. You're still hollowing out the belly. You're actively pulling the stomach towards the back. Lift back up. Shoulder blades too. Elbows drop back, chin tucks. Keep pushing the stomach down as you slowly lower the head. Tummy doesn't get a break yet. You have 3 more to do. Lift. Drop your elbows back, tuck the chin, suck in the stomach. Keep doing that. You can keep actively pulling it in while you breathe in and out through your nose. Head down. Last time before you get to release the stomach. Lift up. Breathe 5 times out and in through the nose. Put the head down, release the stomach, arms by your side. Extend your legs all the way down along the floor. Tuck your shoulder blades under so they're nice and flat. Point your toes. Take the arms wider than shoulder width. Let the back of the hands reach towards the floor. Spread your fingers wide. They're probably not going to get there because you've got the palms facing the sky, right? Pull them forward slowly. Let the palms come all the way down to touch the floor. And then lift them back up. Take them back behind you again. Reach them long. There's no bend at the elbow. Bring them back to the earth. Now, bring them up so they're over the shoulders. Change the position of your hands. I'd like your palms to face each other. You're still spreading the fingers wide. Slow motion, lower them behind you, wider than shoulder width, till your thumb touches the floor. Just hover it there. And if it doesn't quite get there, that's okay. That's just your body saying, no, I'm not ready to do that. We talked about everybody being different on different days. Some days we have more flexibility than others. Okay, come back up with the arms. Now, you're going to have your palms face the front of the room. Relax your feet. I'd like you to bend your legs so you're almost like ready to go into a bridge position. Let's take the back of the arms to the floor with your elbows out to the side. So take a peek at both your elbows and let's see if your wrists are over the elbow and if your elbow is at the height of the shoulder. Once you have that going on, slow motion, pull in the stomach and hold it down. Lower the palms towards the floor. As soon as you start to feel the shoulders wanting to round up, you've gone far enough, bring them back to the starting point. Do that 4 more times at your pace. Okay, this time, take them back behind you. So the back of the hand, the top of the hand hits the floor, and then come all the way forward till you feel them rounding forward. Then you've gone as far as you're going to go. Do that 4 more times. Keep pressing the belly button in towards the spine. Really good shoulder mobility work. Last one, make it great. Okay, Extend your legs back all the way down along the floor. Back of the hand to the floor. See if you've got any more range of motion this time. I know I do. Top of the hand can reach all the way down to the floor now. Okay, pull those arms forward. Palms face each other. Start to lift your head up. Start to lift the shoulder blades up. Hollow out the belly. Come up, rounding your spine all the way forward. Nice job. Hold here. Big forward fold, nice stretch. Maybe the forearms are down, maybe they're not. Just go where it feels good. Take a few more breaths. Okay, walk your hands up, bring the feet together, shake out your legs, come up onto your toes. I hope you feel fabulous, way better than when you started class. Come into a forward fold, cross the arms, let the forearms get nice and close to the floor. Let the torso just be up against those quads. Let the head be where it wants to. 5 big, huge, fabulous, loud breaths. Go for it. Feel the rib cage expand, the shoulder blades open up. Point that coccyx bone up to the ceiling so you get a nice pull behind the legs. Okay, hands above the knees. Come on up nice and slow. Whew, how good does that feel? Big deep breath. Hands to heart. I thank you so much for your power and your strength. Hope you feel great. Thank you for all your support and your love and your kindness. Be kind to everybody else too. Mwah. Love you guys.